After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referee's command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
So here we go. It is the 2nd women's competition of the Dubai 2021 Powerlifting World Cup. Hello again from Will Downing. It's the women's 41 kg event. This is divided into 2 groups, so it's the biggest women's selection that we have seen so far. And in terms of the race to Tokyo, 88 kg is the target so far, held by Christina Poblador, who is due to be in this. And the heaviest weight so far in qualifying has come from a woman we've already seen in the 45 kg, Cui Zhu. He's in the top 5 of that. Here's our situation. We've had the long lunch break. We're resuming with the women's 41 kg Group B, Group A to follow, and then the women's up to 67 kg, which is being run off today. Ria Kapika, European silver medalist twice. Among those in this, world junior champion, the reigning world champion. African Games silver medalist. It's competitive for Nigeria in Sini Jonah Ben, who has only qualified for 1 major championship before. That was the 2016 Paralympic Games and didn't register a mark in that. Looks like being a really interesting event. And in the opening round of Group B, we're going up to lifts of up to 90 kg. So quite strong early on. 90 is currently 5th in the Paralympic ranking in the bid to try and reach the Olympic final. All happening here. This is Group B, Machado of Portugal, Cabril of Kazakhstan, Kouadio of Cote d'Ivoire, Gariua of Algeria, who's also in the rankings in the 45 kg, Leda Rodriguez, you saw of Cuba, and Nora Bador of Syria. And that's Group A. including Cristina Pablador of Colombia, Clara Fuentes of Venezuela. Our referees, Eliana Rak of Greece, Jari Lain of Finland, and Zamal Zubi. And our jury for this afternoon. One of the best equipped venues. It staged the World Championship before, a really big World Championship when we'd really big sessions. Never mind going to Group B, we had gone to a Group D in a few of those events. Usually Group C. And the countdown on for the start of the second women's event. So here we go, 6 going in Group B, as you've seen. And the lifts are starting down around 35 for Simone Machado Fragoso of Portugal. She's not competed in a major championship before. She's 40 years old. And she's aiming for 35 kg in this opening round. To get the competition up and running. Got it up, but untidy. And it's a strikeout. So 3 red lights. Wasn't a very protracted chess sequence. Have to come back for more.
For the first attempt from Kazakhstan, Dursine Kabil.
So next up for Kazakhstan, Tursunay Kabil, the reigning world junior champion from Nur Sultan 2 years ago, Asian Youth Games champion 2017, and has won bronze in this FASA World Cup previously. lives at Kustanai, and that's a club as well. Turned 21 in January. This for 65. And that's good. A whiteout. All three going in her favour. She has lifted 70 this season. Remember, 88 at the moment is the cut-off point for 8th place in terms of the Paralympics final. And that can change quite a bit. And case of Treju, who's leading the way in the 41 kg. She was in the 65 earlier. Likewise, Gao Lingling, who is leading the way in the women's 45, is actually competing in the 41 here. How that pans out for Tokyo is a different story. Akisi Kouadio of Côte d'Ivoire. She was 12th in the World Championships in Nur Sultan, the previous one in 2017. In Mexico City, she finished 6th. African Championships silver. That was in Algiers 3 years ago, the most recent. And inaugural African Championships. .66 is her opening round attempt. 68 she's lifted this season. So 66 for Kouadio. Got it raised, but it is a strikeout, bit wobbly. Press sequence didn't look to be pressed upwards equally, and have to come back and try and get that sorted. Kouadio based in Abidjan, bronze in the Lagos World Cup event 2 years ago. Wasn't much of a stop in the chest sequence as well. It's probably that more than anything else, which is under the referee's ire.
The bar is loaded for her first attempt representing Algeria, Samira Gariwa.
For Algeria, Samira Gariwa. 81 is her target, and 81 is what she's achieved already in the race to qualify for the Paralympic Games. That's 7 kilos off the current 8th spot for Christina Poblador. And the 45 kg, she slipped out of the top 8 when their final was on earlier this morning, because you obviously only compete at one event per World Cup. She's made the weight for 41 this time. If she'd made 45, and if she competed at 45 and got a good weight up, then probably she might have stayed in the top 8, but we've had a whole load of new names who haven't competed this season, who've parachuted in.
1 minute.
And have done impressively. So at 81, Samira for Algeria. Yes, 2 out of 3. And a majority. And she takes the lead and she matches her season's best. There's a few interesting lifts coming in this opening round in Group B. And the heaviest of them would match the 5th spot in the Paralympic ranking. That was nice and smooth. Next to go, originally was aiming for 85. Nora Badour of Syria, aiming for 82 now. World bronze last time out in Nur Sultan 2 years ago. Bronzes in the last 2 Asian Games. Gold in the last West Asian Games in 2017. 4th in Rio at the last Paralympic Games 5 years ago. So 82 for Nora Badour. She's already lifted 90 this season. She's lying in 5th place in terms of the race to Tokyo at 41 kg. And that's fine. That's a whiteout. So straightforward, and she is our new leader. Good start to the competition for her. 1 more to go in this opening round.
The bar is loaded for her first attempt, representing Cuba, Lady Rodriguez.
The former Pan Am champion, Lady Rodriguez, from 2015 in Toronto, and previously a world championship, a silver medalist in Mexico City in 2017, 5th in the most recent World Championships in Nur Sultan, silvers in the last 2 Americas Championships. She's lifted 90 this season and looking to start on 90 straight away. Well, it's a confident start for her, and she originally was pitching herself at 85, going for 90 instead. This looks like weighing in quite close to what we'll be seeing in the opening round of Group A. Has she started too heavily? Or is that a perfect way to kick off? Gamble didn't quite pay off. 1 in her favour, 2 against. So she can return and try and do that again. But Lady Rodriguez wraps up round 1 with an unsuccessful attempt at 90. Very good athlete when it comes to the Americas competitions. And that just didn't quite work out for her. Round 1 done, round 2 on the way. It almost worked out for her.
The bar is loaded for her second attempt, representing Portugal, Simone Machado Fragoso.
Well, great to see Machado here for Portugal. With a second attempt of 35. So Akisi Kouadio coming out again at 66, having missed this mark in the opening round. So 3 successes and 3 misses in round 1 of Group B. If Rodriguez had been successful with that lift of 90, well, that would have actually made it quite interesting regards Group A, and it still can, of course. Kouadio twice African silver medalist, 09, 2018. Jean-Noel Mello, her regular coach. Crowds are built up, obviously, of spectators and other coaches, other competitors. It was a strikeout in round 1. So a second attempt. What can she pull out for Côte d'Ivoire here? It's a real struggle to get it raised, and that is a strikeout. That was causing her difficulties, and quite a few difficulties. So Kouadio has 2 misses at 66.
The bar is loaded for the second attempt, representing Kazakhstan, Tursinay Kabil.
Tursinay Kabil of Kazakhstan, who scored that good lift of 65 earlier. 70 will match what she's achieved already this season. The World Junior Champion. Regular coach is Dmitry Tsarenko. Going for 70 then.
Good lift.
2-1 in her favour. So she matches her best lift of the season. Now can aim for a bit higher, but in terms of where that line is drawn at the moment, it's 88. Obviously, there will be 1 or 2 lifters in this who are also going for 45, and again, they can't compete at both. At the Paralympic Games, in the same country, can only have 1 competitor. Which is currently lying in, I make it 12th place in terms of the Paralympic rankings. So Samira Gura of Algeria, 81 lifted in the opening round, going for 84 now. African Games silver medalist in 2018, twice a bronze medalist prior to that. 6th in the Paralympics in Rio, 6th in the World Championships in Mexico City in 2017. Globally, she's always had top 9 finishes single-digit finishes. Having qualified for the last Paralympic Games, she can edge herself closer to the 88 of Christina Pablinor here. She's primed. And going for 84. So really good looking lift last time for 81, and that was even better, a whiteout. All three referees happy with the technique.
86 kilograms, rack height 7.
Well, she's flying at the moment. She's got a good chance of hitting 90 here, and if she does, in terms of her body weight, she'd nestle into 7th place if she went for 90. If she went for 91, that'd be 5th. Of course, she might not go for that at all. We'll see. The two final attempts of the second round will be upgrades on the first round. So Nora Bador, who cleared 82 last time, going for 86 now. She's competed in 3 of the last 4 World Championships. Her very first one in 2010, there was no mark. And the same for her first Paralympics in 2012. She learned quickly how to make sure that wouldn't happen again. She's cleared 82 here, going for 86 now. She's leading on 82. To put a further advantage up. Now that was a struggle on the way up. Strikeout. Didn't look as if the bar was being pressed upwards equally. Ooh, and I wonder if there's a bit of problem with that right arm now off the back of that lift. It was on the right hand side that she was having a bit of trouble getting it up straight. You see there, that's it, that's it. Just wonder if it was beginning to fall back on the left hand side. Yeah, that's it. Well, as long as that hasn't caused her an injury, she might have a good opportunity of lifting it in the final round. If it is an injury, then chance we won't see her in the final round, as Lady Rodriguez comes now for Cuba. Now, she missed out at 90 kg, you'll remember, but there was only 2 and against, and obviously she's felt that technically it was good enough. So now she's currently lying 7th in the Paralympic ranking. She's one of those who could be prone to be overtaken, so if she goes up for 91, gets it, it would put her 5th in the ranking to round off this second round. Lady Rodriguez for Cuba. Pan Am champion, America's silver medalist, world silver medalist. A class act, a danger. to the top names. She just about is a top name, and at 91, has she got enough right? Yes, she has! A whiteout! That's her into the lead, and she goes 5th in the Paralympic rankings, and that was just ace. Brilliant lift. And well, that changes quite a few things for her. She comes from nowhere to the lead. She leads by 7 kilos, and she jumps up to 5th in the Paralympic rankings, where she had been 7th. She was losing out in terms of body weight to Bador and De Lima. She'd lifted 90, the same as those this season, but now she's got it, and that's fantastic. She's into the lead by a long way here as we head for round 3.
The ball is loaded for the 3rd and last attempt for Simone Machado Fragoso from Portugal. Come on, Simone. This is your last chance to make it. Big applause. Let's cheer Simone for her first participation in the World Cup. And she's trying to lift 35 kilograms.
Well, she's given it 3 good attempts, Machado, but no lifts, all of them.
All the best for next competition. Big applause to Simone.
So 3 strikeouts, and she has bombed out.
66 kilograms, track height 12.
But for her to get to run in Dubai is welcome, and an opportunity of working out the technique, where she goes from here. She obviously deliberately started low, and there is an opening now on the new modern pads that the referees have, to be told exactly what the problem is, whether it's the body position or the bar control, the chest sequence, the press.
Come on, Michelle. Allez, Michelle. Let's big her with their big applause to Michelle. She's trying to lift 66 kilograms.
Maybe an opening for us to see them for future championships. On screen immediately, but when they were brought in first a couple of years ago, when it was being trialled out, those results were being shown backstage a minute after the lift had been performed. We had them on the main screen in the auditoriums for the World Championships in Nur Sultan 2 years ago, before everything got interrupted. Kuadio. She's had 2 misses at 66 and strikeouts each. So this to avoid bombing out altogether. 2 lovely white lights is what she wants for a spot on the board. That looked to be the best of them. We'll see if the referees agree. That for 66. And we'll go with the flags. 2 white flags. That's it. That was the best of the lot for her. She is on the board. She gets the 66 kg. Just shy of her best result of the season. Hey, but she did it. Last lift and she got it there. A lot cleaner. Technically, it just looked better. That's the way to make it work. That puts her into 5th place. Puts her on the board, so there is a 5th place now.
The bar is loaded for the 3rd and last attempt. Representing Kazakhstan, Tursinay Kabil.
Tursinay Kabil for Kazakhstan, 65, 70 and now 72. Successful with the first 2 attempts. World Junior Champion. Aiming to improve her mark, but she will not be increasing her position. This would be the heaviest that she's lifted during the Paralympic qualification season. Currently lying in 12th on that. So Kabil for 72. Two and against, no luck. 70, the best that she finishes on, and it remains the best that she's lifted this season. She's done it twice.
86 kilograms, black height 7.
Previous lifts had been a lot more straightforward, and she was looking a bit nonplussed.
The lift was challenged and the challenge is approved.
Chest sequence was short, and actually might have been a little dip at the end, so...
Tursinay from Kazakhstan. The bar is loaded for the 3rd
Bador
and last attempt.
cleared 82 in the first round, missed 86 in the second. She's going for 86 again. Bador has lifted 90 this campaign. Not going near it today. 5th in Paralympic qualifying ranking before Rodriguez's 91, so she's fallen to 6th. That's still okay for now. For now. 3rd last attempt of Group B. It's not going to reach it, and remember there was that injury problem last time with the right arm, so she strikes out this time, but she did thankfully get that 82 in the opening round. It currently has her in the bronze medal position, but obviously there were real problems with that last lift, and there was an injury picked up. That has to be looked after. Just over 2 months away from the Paralympic Games. Yeah, that right arm, that right elbow is causing her a lot of discomfort, and she just couldn't get that raised at all. And she's raised heavier. Just not feeling right today. At least she cleared 82.
The bar is loaded for the 3rd and last attempt.
2 more lifts to go in the group. Samira Garoua of Algeria, 81 and 84 she's got so far. This for 88. Now this would put her 9th in the Paralympic ranking, and she's just fallen out of the top 8 at 45 kg. She'd be tied with Pablador in terms of what she's lifted, but she'd miss out the head-to-head of body weight, 270 grams only. Always a very strong performer on the global stage. For 88, pushing through, stalled a little. Two and against. Almost good. Gave that a really good go.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt, representing Cuba. Lady Rodriguez.
Didn't look fully locked when raised. So, Lady Rodriguez of Cuba missed 90 in the opening round, got 91 and wiped it out on that, and now going for 93. Now this would really throw her well in Paralympics contention. She started 7th in the Paralympic rankings. If she gets this, she'd go up into 4th. 93, and she just edged past Marina Kopic, who's already lifted that this season, but Rodriguez with 90 grams less of body weight on the head-to-head. That would do it. Silver in Mexico City, 5th in Nur Sultan, and her 2 World Championship appearances to date. Ego coming up at the end of the year. Struggled through that a little bit, but she got it up there.
Another new American record with 93 kilograms. Congratulations, lady, well done.
Good lift it's called as. Visually.
Going back home with a new American record. Very well done. Loaders, please.
I think we were looking at Guerrero's result. She's got it. She's got up to 93, and that puts her 4th in the Paralympic ranking. The last lift of the round. She's prime in the gold medal position. She leads by 9 kilos. And the world record in this 41 kg is 104.5 from woman we've already seen succeeding today, Chui Zhu. Rodriguez leads on 93. Guerrero 2nd on 84. Bador 3rd, 82. Cabell 4th on 72. Machado bombed out. And the rest are to come.
The bar is loaded for the first attempt.
So going to Group A, Yulia Vorontsova of Russia starting with 86. I think Rodriguez might be leading, certainly in the top 3 for quite a while. Vorontsova has won silvers and bronzes previously at this FASA Dubai World Cup. So starting on 86. A whiteout, straight through. All 3 referees satisfied. So that for 86 for Vorontsova. Wasn't on the Paralympic ranking list. She is now. For Ukraine, Marina Kopyka, the European silver medalist last time out in Berg-sur-Mer, and she'd done it previously in Alexin in Russia in 2013. She's aiming for 90 here. 93 is what she's lifted in the season. And she's just been overtaken for 4th place by Lady Rodriguez. So Kopyka needs to lift to 94 somewhere in the competition to get her old position back. Voronssova's just come in on 86 and looking threatening. So Kopyka, her first lift, her first attempt at 90. Masha. The neck injury before those European Championships in which she performed so well. And she started so well here. A whiteout. All 3 white lights on the referees at 90. And Kopyka goes into 2nd position behind Lady Rodriguez.
The bar is loaded for the first attempt, representing Colombia, Cristina Poblato.
Nice and smooth.
Cristina is participating for the first time in Dubai World Cup. Now placed 8th in the qualification ranking for Tokyo Paralympic Games.
Cristina Poblador up now, aiming for 90. 88 has been her best this season. It will keep her ranked 8th at the moment in the Paralympic rankings, but it would propel her up in this competition. In terms of body weight, on the head-to-head, Poblador is slightly lighter than Kopyka by kilo. So this would put her above Kopyka into the silver medal position. Had she been successful, but she hasn't been. A strikeout at 90. And no success for her. Poblador, the America's champion from Bogota in 2018. Colombian champion 2 years in a row, 2018, 2019. Born and raised in Bogota, where those Americas were on. A little bit of rearranging being done up on stage. Carla Fuentes is the next we're due to see at 93. For Venezuela.
First attempt representing Venezuela, Clara Fuentes.
Carla Fuentes, the Pan Am bronze medalist in Lima with Club Phoenix in Caracas. Clarita, 5th in the World Championships in Mexico City. We didn't see her in Nur Sultan, but we're seeing her here. Fuentes at the moment isn't on the leaderboard at all for Paralympic ranking. Well, she gets this, 93 kg. She goes 4th on the list, ahead of Rodriguez and ahead of Capica. There are quite a few more to come who are not on the list, so Fuentes gets this. A strong chance of being in the top 8 for Tokyo. I think we can be guaranteed that 88 would no longer be good enough, and Poblador would need to go a good bit higher beyond her 88 and beyond the 90, which she's already attempted here. Yes! A whiteout, all 3 for Clara Fuentes. And she rockets up to 4th in the Paralympic rankings. Well, now we're talking. Fuentes goes into the gold medal position as well. Just ahead of Lady Rodriguez in terms of body weight. She's 600 grams lighter, so that head-to-head, she is now in front. Helen Kariuki of Kenya, likewise not on this list for 41 kg. Attempting 95 here, and if she gets it, she now would go into 4th. Head of Fuentes, head of Rodriguez, head of Capica, just behind Great Britain, Zoe Newson. Helen Kariuki, 4th in the World Championships in Mexico City in 2017, 4th in the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast the following year. Dennis Muga, her regular coach. As we always say, the regular coach is not necessarily the person who's up on stage with them. So, Kariuki for 95 for the lead to go into the gold medal position in round 1 with 2 more to lift. No lift though. Strike out. A bit tentative, certainly, on the uplift. One way or another, we're going to have something quite dramatic in this opening round.
The bar is loaded for the first attempt, representing Indonesia.
Bit fast in the chest sequence as well.
Widiasi.
2 more to lift. Nenengga Widiasi of Indonesia. A direct namesake of another lifter who we see in other weight categories. So Widi, she goes as bronze in the Paralympic Games in Rio, bronze at the World Championships previously, gold at the European Open Championships in Bergsamere 3 years ago, Asian Games silver. 95 she's aiming at, she's lifted 97 this season. So attempting 95. This wouldn't shake up the Paralympic rankings, but it would shake up this competition. She'd go into the lead. Fuentes lifting 93. Widiasi 95. This is. Looks nice. Very nice. A white out, good lift, 3 white lights. She's into the lead. And she's lifted heavier this season. She's gone out to 97. There's more to come from her. And technically, that was just great. So in the women's 45 kg, the world record held by Guoling Ling, that's 118 kg. We'll see her next. Before that, Jonah Ben. Insini Jonah Ben. No mark in the Paralympic Games in Rio. She's attempting 98 here, and that would immediately put her into second on the Paralympic ranking list. And that's all she would need. Gold in the Manchester World Cup. Silver in the Asian Open previously. Silver in the African Championships in 2015. For something very, very useful indeed for the lead. We're going to the flags. Yes. She's got it. Into the gold medal position, and suddenly Insini Jonah Ben goes second on the Paralympic ranking list.
Loaders, please load the bar to 105 kilograms, rack height 5.
Lovely, lovely lift. Nigeria with so many powerlifting legends over the last 20 years. Now, 45 kg, the best lift during the ranking period held by Gao Ling. That's 118 kg. That has her top of the 45 kg Paralympic rankings. That set at the World Championships in Nur Sultan 2 years ago. Her first lift here, she's going for a world record in the 41 kg. She's aiming for 105, the world record set by Cui Zhu in claiming gold in those World Championships in Nur Sultan 2 years ago. Cui Zhu currently top of the Paralympic rankings in this weight division and leaping up to 4th in 45 kg behind Gao Ling. So the way it's looking, Gao Ling is doing this in order to have her choice of what weight she wants to compete in Tokyo. And the other one would fall Cui Zhu's way. That is, of course, if this is successful, a world record attempt of 105 in round 1. Straight up. She's got it. She's got the world record just like that. Oh, Ling goes top of the rankings, goes top all time in this weight division. Her first lift of the competition, her first lift today, and it's a world record. 105 kg. And that really sets the standard. Cui Zhu loses her old mark set in Nur Sultan.
For the second attempt, representing Ukraine, Marina Kopika.
Gao Ling is now a simultaneously double world record holder at 41 and 45. At 45, she's got up to 118. Here it's 105, and obviously she can go heavier.
Marina Kopika is the silver medalist of the Tbilisi 2021 World Cup.
Christina Poblador is due now on 90. Minute remaining. And where is she? Christina Poblador is due to be at 90, which she missed in the opening round. Poblador had started 8th in the Paralympic rankings. She's now 11th. But there are 2 Chinese above her. One of those has to go. I think she's going to run out of time.
We are just fixing a technical issue and we will resume the competition shortly.
Wow, where's she got to? It's going to be counted out. Well, that's her. Popplicador next to go at 90. I think they had the wrong name up. She's been given a lift now, and it will be 90 again. She missed in the opening round. I think she felt that was quite decent. It wasn't called as a good lift. Reigning American Games champion. So, down in 11th now. She gets this. There's so many stacked on 90 right now. '93 is 8th, by my reckoning. I think he'll probably keep her around 11th. That's in terms of the Paralympic ranking. Obviously, it helps her on the board today. Gives her a good opportunity of certainly getting into the top 6, but it's 2 and against her. So Poblador denied. Slight improvement, 1 extra white light for her, but that doesn't count for anything in the overall scheme of things. There was quite a wait for everybody. Looks to be a bar control issue. She did get it anyway, and there was 2-1 against. Really, she's got to be aiming now for about 93 kilos in order to make it. So here's Yulia Vorontsova, who isn't currently on the Paralympic ranking list.
Yulia Vorontsova is the silver medalist of Eger 2019 World Cup.
So here she comes. For 91. It's a good lift. It's 2-1 in her favour. Puts her into 6th in the competition. She raises a place. But now Vorontsova up to 91. I reckon that puts her 9th, with 2 Chinese ahead of her, so in reality 8th in the women's list at 41 kg. And there is that situation where Go and Chui are both on the list near the top at 41 kg and 45 kg, and they both can't stay there. So Marina Kopika currently on 90 in the competition, 93 in the Paralympic ranking, this for 94, and this would put us 6th, and discounting the extra Chinese athlete, 5th. Kopika aiming for 94, and that would put her 4th today, ahead of Fuentes. 2 European silvers in her career, 5th in Rio, 7th in London at the last 2 Paralympic Games. 94 for Kopika. Fighting against it. And the spotters had to wade in, and it is a no lift. Strikeout, but at least she'd scored in the opening round. Well, if it's just a mere technique thing, she might be able to get that in round 3. If it's a strength thing, then hard to say. She has lifted 93 during the qualification season.
The bar is loaded for her second attempt from Kenya, Helen Wawira Kariuki.
Helen Kariuki. Missed out in the opening round in 95. It was a strikeout. She gets this. She's suddenly up to 4th today. She will match Inenna Widiasi. Well, the Indonesian has slightly lower body weight, so takes the advantage in the head-to-head. But if she gets this, then she's very high suddenly. Just behind Zoe Newson in the Paralympic ranking. A chance to go 6th in that, but realistically 5th, discounting one Chinese athlete. Helen Kariuki then for 95. Strikeout, didn't have enough on the way up. Same story as last time, so she's in danger of bombing out. Not securing anything.
The bar is loaded for the second attempt from Venezuela, Clara Fuentes. Clara Fuentes is trying to break the American record.
Well, we're seeing some serious lifts being considered. Clara Fuentes going again, got 93 in the opening round, going for 95 now. And aiming for a new America's record. So for 95 for Fuentes. To go 4th. Oh, she got it up there. Yes, a whiteout, a new America's record for Clara Fuentes. And that was just great. Clara Fuentes matches the Nenga Widiasi on 95. Widiasi by 210 grams. She stays in 3rd, but Fuentes is breathing down her neck. America's record achieved.
97 kilograms, rack height 9.
Three to lift in this second round.
The bar is loaded for her second attempt representing Indonesia, Nenga Widiasi. Widiasi is ranked second, world ranking for the qualification.
97 is her target.
And she is trying
And she's lifted 97 this season.
her ranking.
Widdy, 28 years old. (97 kg) the target. Adding 2 kilos onto a previous attempt, which was very clean. How about this? Yes! Another whiteout, 3 out of 3. She matches her best lift of the campaign. She's 4th in that, realistically 3rd, taking out the second Chinese athlete. And she's bronze today. 1 kilo behind Jonah Ben of Nigeria. That's super lifting. That's a lot to be proud of. That's a great achievement.
The bar is loaded for the second attempt, representing Nigeria, Shona Ben.
And Sini Jonah Ben looking to equal the African record. 101 kilos set early last year in Abuja by Esther Nworgu. This wouldn't take the record away, it would match it. Record staying in Nigeria no matter what. So Jonah Ben, 101 kilos. And this would put her second on the list outright for Paralympic ranking behind Guo Lingling. Just ahead of Chui Zhu. Hey, she looks good for it. She is good for it. A whiteout, 3 out of 3 in her favour. Equals the African record. Set just about 16 months ago. Her next attempt will be an outright African record. Brilliant lifting. The Americas one has now gone 4 times today. And the African one has been equalled. And the world record's gone. And the Asian record's gone. Thanks to Gao Lingling in the opening lift. Excellent by Jonah Ben. Gao Lingling for China. The new world record of 105 to put her right to the top of the Paralympic ranking charts in 2 divisions. And looking to increase her new world record by a kilogram. 2 world titles. Asian Games gold. Asia Oceania Championship gold. She's competed in 4 championships and won them all. Yet to compete at a Paralympic Games. She can put that to right no matter what the weight.
1 minute.
Well, at 106 again so fast. And world record's been broken for the 2nd time. 2 lifts, 2 world records for Guy Lingling. A white out for it. 106. And she's looking to dominate as many categories as she can simultaneously. If only she could compete in them all in Tokyo. Well, such an assurance. So calm. 106, a new world record. So, Poblador aiming for 91. 88 is what she's achieved already this season. 2 misses at 90. This to put her to 91.
You can make it, Cristina. A big applause to Cristina from Colombia. She's trying to make a good lift with 91 kilograms.
This would put her 8th in the Paralympic rankings, effectively 7th, taking one of the Chinese athletes out. This would match Vorontsova on 91, but her body weight is 1.25 kilos less exactly. So she'd go 6th in this. And she'd leap above Vorontsova in the Paralympic ranking with the last attempt. Can she do it? 2 misses already. First one, strikeout. This to avoid bombing out as well. This for a mark on the board on 91. Yes! Oh, yes! 2 out of the 3 in her favour, and wow, she's leapt up all of a sudden, and she is in the Paralympic reckoning, without a doubt. She's above Vorontsova, who has the right to reply now. Fantastic. Incredible. Marina Kapika's been overtaken quite a few times. She needs to respond too. So Vorontsova for me has been knocked down to 9th overall. At best, maybe even 10th. So she needs this at 92. Now that's interesting. 93 was the original target. Then I said it went down to 92, and she doesn't seem happy with the weight that's there. So a technical stop for now for Yulia Vorontsova.
For the 3rd and last attempt, representing Russia, Yulia Vorontsova.
So 92 a target. having lifted 91 in the second round. This to go back above Poblador again. $92 it is! Is that good enough? Yes! A whiteout for Vorontsova! That reclaims 6th place for her. Might actually be good for 5th on the count back. And that puts her on 92, above Poblador in terms of the Paralympic ranking. It's 9th overall for Vorontsova, but effectively 8th because of the 2 Chinese there. Can't take your eyes off this. Marina Kapika. She is 8th at the moment overall in that ranking table. If she gets the 94 kg, that pushes her back up a place or 2, and obviously it's effectively 7th anyway because of the 2 Chinese above. So, going for 94, having lifted 93 this season. This will put her 6th in the Paralympic ranking and effectively 5th. As we lose one of those with the same nationality. Kapika, ready, primed, poised. Always been top 7 at the Paralympics and was 5th in 2016. The agitos are already there. Oh, but the bar wasn't ready, and she wasn't ready for it, so she stays on 90 today. She's in 8th position. She misses out on 94, and she doesn't overtake those at 93. So she stays 8th in the Paralympic ranking table, but effectively 7th. Kariuki, 2 attempts at 95 and missed both of them. And 2 whiteouts they were as well.
Come on, Helen. You can make it. Helen is trying to lift 95 kilograms. This is her last attempt to make a good lift this evening.
So Kariuki's last attempt at 95. Would put her 6th on the Paralympic ranking. She'd match Zoe Newson, but Newson with a slightly lighter body weight in terms of the head-to-head. But that's effectively 5th anyway because of Cui Zhu and Guo Lingling. They can't both go in the same weight category, not for the same country. So for 95... Kariuki has missed twice already. Has she gone in too high? It was her best attempt, but it wasn't enough. No mark, she bombs out. And karaoke remains off the list for the Paralympic ranking.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt.
She's never qualified for a Paralympic Games before, and this, unfortunately for her, means that she's at the moment liable not to reach another one. So there's another attempt now at an America's record for Clara Fuentes. It started the day at 90. Rodriguez with 91 and 93. Fuentes matching 93. She's had a 95. That's the 4 America's records today, and this aiming for 97. She'd go 4th on the Paralympic ranking list as well, and effectively 3rd. Huge moment for the Venezuelan athlete. The Pan Am bronze medalist. Here she comes at 97.
Well done.
2-1 against, and you could probably see the reaction on her face. She probably felt that it wasn't really good enough. But on 95,
101 kilograms, rack height 9.
she's lying in 6th. That's effectively 5th. And actually, I think she may have jumped above Zoe Newson with a previous attempt. Good going.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt, representing Indonesia, Nenengah Widiasi.
Nenengah Widiasi. Widi for Indonesia. 95 and 97 cleared. This for 101.
97, she's trying to go with 101 kilograms before her apparition in the Tokyo Paralympic Games next August. She's right at second. The world ranking for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic
This would put her
qualification.
3rd behind Gao and Ben, who are the top 2 now. 106 and 101 respectively. I actually would put her above Ben as well on the head-to-head. Very narrow weight difference between the two. And if she gets this, she'd also be above Cui Zhu. She's lifted 97 this season. But this for something a class apart for 101. It's too strong for her. It's no lift. She went too high, but 97 is still very respectable. And she's in the bronze medal position. And there she will stay. She takes the bronze here. It's a great result for her. Fuentes finishes in 4th. Lady Rodriguez ends 5th. Front service 6th.
bar is loaded for the third and last attempt from Nigeria, Jonah Ben.
So in Sydney, Jonah Ben, the winner of the Manchester World Cup event this year, she has equalled the African record of 101, this for an outright African record of 104. And only Go today would have lifted heavier. That's the same situation anyway. She's matched Cui Zhu. So for a new outright record, this for 104, the world record ahead of this morning was 104.5. Can she do it? She's got it raised and clean! A new African record of 104, and she's so close to the world record.
Jonah Ben from Nigeria. Congratulations.
It's the silver for Nsidi Jonah Ben, lifting 104. She's got all three lifts, 3 for 3. Fantastic. Well, that's just brilliant.
The bar is loaded. And for the third and last attempt.
So we've one lift to go. We've had 2 world records already today. 105 and 106 for Go. Ling Ling. And this for 107. For 3 for 3, it would be all world records. Here she comes, 107, looking for another world record. Every single lift. So white out, it's 3 for 3, and it's 3 for 3 world records. We've seen some brilliant competition. And 3 of the top 4 have set continental records today. America's record for Clara Fuentes, African record for Jonah Ben, Asian record and world record 3 times over for Go Ling Ling. And she goes top of the standings in the women's 41 kg. She's already there in the women's 45. She could go for another world record if she wanted to. Just great.
Victory ceremony will be at 6:15 this evening, and we ask the medalists to be at the venue at least 30 minutes before the victory ceremony.
So discounting the fact that China have got 2 lifters in the 41 kg, the 8th position, which was 88 kg at the start of today, is now, I make it 92 kg for Vorontsova. She's 8th, Kapika 7th in the rankings. Rodriguez 6th, Newson 5th, Fuentes 4th, Widiasi 3rd, Ben 2nd, and Gao is our leader. It's either he or she or Cui Zhu who will be representing China in this weight division, and the alternate in the 45. That was something, wasn't it? We're due back in 35 minutes with the women's 67 kg event. Who knows what that's going to throw up? The gold goes to Guo Lingling of China. The silver to Insini Jonah Ben of Nigeria. And the bronze to Nenga Widiasi of Indonesia. A look back at all of our lifters today.
5 minutes remaining for changes to the first attempt. Coaches, we remind you there is 5 minutes only remaining for changes to the first attempt.
After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
So we're back 9 minutes before our first lift, it's looking like, in this women's 67 kg event. And we've got 11 who are going forward for this. And maybe there'll be a whole series of records that are up for attack again.
With the women's up to 67 kilograms. We remind you this competition is under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Chairman of Dubai Sports Council. We thank you and remind you for...
And the top 8 target at the moment is 110 kilos, held by Sibel Sham, the World Championship medalist from Turkey. She claimed that in Nur Sultan. Keep an eye open for that. We've come on quite early, actually, so we'll come back to you in a few moments.
This competition will be the last chance for the athletes to qualify, to improve their ranking, to qualify for Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games.
Some really interesting athletes in this.
Bodyweight will qualify to the Paralympic Games next August.
So here we are again in Dubai at the wonderful sport complex, where we see so often the Club for Athletes of Determination in the east of the city. Venue of the 2014 World Championships and of the Para-Athletics World Championships 2 years ago, next door, barely a year and a half ago. Still a long start before we actually see the first athlete coming out on stage.
I competed in like 22 competitions, just one silver medal, the first one, but the most medal that I liked. Because if I got a gold at the first, maybe I would think it this way. Eurosport is easy. I competed for the first time and get gold, so it's easy. I will not train more, so I will go down. But when I got silver, I know it's difficult.
3 times.
Coaches, 1 minute only left to make
3 times world champion.
changes to the first attempt.
I did 197. I tried to break my record and I couldn't. For this reason, I was very, very sad. If you saw the video from London and the photos, you can see the tears in my eyes. It's gold, but it didn't do.
It's one of those strange situations, actually, when you're at an event and they're actually playing you on the loudspeaker. I've been at a few bars like that, actually, on holidays, when unexpected football highlights crop up between live games, and then, hang on a sec, that's my voice. What's that doing there? Warm-up area behind the stage. We've got 11 in this. Some very familiar names, some very successful names as well.
Attention coaches, no more changes allowed to the first attempt. That was a very inspiring video from the legend of Egypt. Very inspiring. Ladies and gentlemen, the athletes competing in the women's up to 67 kilograms category. The 4th place in Tbilisi 2021 World Cup representing Estonia, Jelena Piper. And the silver medalist from Tbilisi 2021 World Cup also, Maria Marco from Cyprus. The gold medalist from Eger 2019 World Championship, World Cup, representing Russia.
So here's where we are. We've got the women's up to 67 kg final on the way. It was due to start now. There's been a little bit of a delay of 5 minutes, as you'll probably have noted, which is why there's still a delay. And the athletes are being named one by one at the moment. We'll start off with Estonia's Jelena Pipa. If you've tuned in to watch, Terra. She'll be the first to go in about 3 minutes. Well, it's a hefty old schedule. We've got 3 men's events tomorrow, Sunday, men's 59 kg, 54 kg after that, and the men's 65 kg. Action starting at 10:30 local Dubai time. That's 6:30 GMT, 8:30 Central European time. It goes on till about 5 p.m. Dubai time. That's 1300 GMT. Next women's events after this, by the way, are on Monday evening from 3:30 Dubai time, 15:30 until about 17:30, so the last 2 hours. Here are our referees: Maria Malea of Romania, Martin Chapla of Slovakia, and Tibor Gieko of Hungary.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And our jury this time.
for the session are the chief referee from Romania, Maria Milea. The left side referee from Slovakia, Martin Kapla. The right side referee from
So here we go. The next event on stage is the women's up to 67 kg, and some great prime talent in this. 11 in total. And we've had a plethora of records already. Does it continue again here? The countdown's on! Get ready.
the first athlete representing Estonia, Jelena Piper.
So hello from Will Downing. So, our first athlete of the 11 representing Estonia from Tallinn, Jelena Pipa. Long career as a swimmer and as a rower. And in Paralifting now. 8th in the World Championships, and Berg Mer in the northeastern coast of France. Coach for a long time has been Maxim Ignatenko. And that ain't him. That's what we say. The regular coaches, long-term coaches, are not always necessarily the ones who are on stage. So starting at 50 kg in this women's 67 kilogram final. Bingo! A whiteout! What a great way to start. Brilliant for Pippa. And that's Estonia on the board. She was 17th in the World Championships in Nur Sultan 2 years ago, but that's a great result. She's multi-talented, as are quite a few in this field in terms of the additional sports that they do. Ace by Yelena Pippa. Sabaki had her territory for Cyprus. Maria Marku, who we've not seen in a major championship previously, and she's aiming for 95 kilos here. That would put her quite high up in the standings in this category. Her opening attempt. Lives in Limassol. Pigolia, former gymnast. Before she had a motorbike accident. Para-athlete now, as a result. She's also done wheelchair basketball and para-swimming. Wheelchair basketball internationally, para-swimming at a national level. 95 is her first target here. With a lot of help from the Cyprus Weightlifting Federation, as you'll see. Because obviously there's some countries where powerlifting is taking root and may not necessarily be a powerlifting association yet. Every bit of help is welcome. So Marku at 95. She's gone strongly into it. Bingo. White out, 3 out of 3. She's on the board. She's into the lead. So there's 10 in this.
Loaders, please load the bar to 100 kilograms, rack height 12.
What a great way to start for Maria Marku. Good potential early result this for Cyprus.
The bar is loaded for the first attempt representing Poland, Paulina Persiweka-Puziak.
So next up for Poland, this is Paulina Persiweka-Puziak.
Paulina is the bronze medalist from Manchester 2020.
Lives in Big Gosh that had the European Paralympics Championships a couple of weeks ago. Bronze in the last Europeans in Bergsumer. Silver in the previous ones in Eger in Hungary in 2015. Coached by Mariusz Weaver and Andrzej Owczynski. This an attempt at 100. She's gone to 98 this season. 110 is the current 8th place, which would have Sibyl Cham in the Paralympic Games. She is in this, but in a different weight category, and that's 2 against. So Paulina, close. but not close enough.
102 kilograms, rack height 11.
Oh, that's a rueful grimace. She'd given it a good whack, but didn't go away. One did, two didn't. So next up for Russia, Nadezhda Sicheva, 102 she's going for. It was originally 100. European bronze in Ego in 2015. Former arm wrestler. Gold in the Ego World Cup in Hungary in 2019, where the World Championships are at the end of the year when Tokyo is in the rear view mirror. 102 then. This for the lead. And this to actually put her as well on the Paralympic ranking board too, if she can manage it. Oh yes! White out, 3 out of 3. Great news, good lifting. Oh, this is looking very positive. Oh, this is the kind of competition that we all love to see. Absolutely gliding through.
The ball is loaded for her first attempt representing Ukraine, Tatiana Shirokolava.
European champion. Ukraine, Tatiana Shirokolava.
Silver medalist from Manchester 2021 World Cup.
Great results in Beck Sumer. No mark for her in the previous championships in Ego, so it's always gratifying when that happens, and she'll have known her potential. No mark in the previous World Championships as well, and then bounce back next time. At the World Championships, she did no mark in, was in this stadium. Bounce back next Championships in Mexico City, got a bronze. Here she goes. At 103 for the lead. Now she's lifted 117 this year, but that is a strikeout. No glory on this occasion. Well, 5th in Rio in the Paralympic Games, and she had a spate of no marks. It happened to her in London as well. Her husband Vladimir Petrov, former judoka, lives in Zaporozhye.
The ball is loaded for her first attempt representing Kazakhstan, Raushan Koshibeeva.
Next to go for Kazakhstan, Raushan Koshibeeva. Aiming for 105. She's lifted 117 this season, and she is lying in very comfortable 5th place overall. Silver in the Asian Para Games last time out in 2018. 7th in the World Championships in Nur Sultan. But on top of all that, Paralympic silver in Rio. But nothing doing here. She started at 105, was supposed to be 108.
5 kilograms ranked at height 12.
Has to think about what happened there.
The bar is loaded for her first attempt representing.
She's more than capable of lifting weights like that, 15 kilos above that. So a technique issue that has to be sorted.
Young Kim is the silver medalist from 10th FASA World Cup 2019. And she is in the 7th place ranking.
Kim Hyung-hee of Korea, the Asian Games bronze medalist, the Asia Oceania bronze medalist. 3 times she's medaled in every one of the 3 Asian championships to date. So Kim for 105. Well, she got it solidly up. 2-1 in her favour then, and that's the lead for Kim. She's lifted 112 this season. Now we've lost Haifa Al-Nakbi, who has been disqualified. I'm not sure why. She's been down as a DNS. Now she's down as a DQ.
The bar is loaded for her first attempt representing Egypt, Fatma Omar.
Fatma Omar. The 4 times Paralympic champion, silver in Rio, gold in London, and in Beijing, and in Athens, and in Sydney. 4 times world champion, reigning African champion, one of the best around. 115 she's aiming for. She's lifted 135 this season. Bronze in the last World Championships, having won 4 golds in a row prior to that. Still going brilliantly strong.
1 minute.
How strong? We're about to see. There you go. A white out. 3 white lights. Puts her into the lead. This is looking like a great competition. Utterly great. Well, we are enjoying this so far. Absolutely nailed it.
Representing China, Yu Ten.
So we've lost Al-Nakbi. 1 to go. And what a 1 to go. The world record holder, reigning Paralympic Asian Games champion, Tan Yuzhao of China. Her world record, 140.5, and she's lifted 140 this season. That world record coming in Jakarta in the last Asian Para Games when she won the gold. Of course, she's aiming for 120 straight off. Reigning world champion, 3 world golds, 2 Asian Para Games golds, the reigning champion from Rio. She holds all the titles. For 120 for an outright lead of 5 kilos. One of the best around. Lovely. What a standard that set straight away. 120. How high can they go in this?
Start the second round in 2 seconds. Loaders, please load the bar to 55 kilograms. Rack high.
This has been brilliant to watch. And it's only getting better. World records already today. Does she fancy having an assault on her own one here? Well, you would have been forgiven for thinking that a lot of the best lifters were going to take it easy, best athletes prior to Tokyo, but they're going hammer and tongs. You look at the 3 world records we've seen earlier today, all of the African records, all of the Asian records, and the Americas records. Jelena Pipper for Estonia, second attempt coming, clearing 50, now going for 55. So Pippa's second attempt coming at 55. Looks straightforward. Ha! Yes, it is. Well, that's really brilliant. She's having a good run at this, Jelena Pippa, no doubt about that. Cracking. Well, this is really gratifying to see. She's performing tremendously here, Pippa. Absolutely tremendous. Just what she wanted. She's been very important in parasport in Estonia. She has been co-founder of the Estonian Association of Disabled Women. That's how it directly translates. And also looking to get parasport, give parasport a good push in Estonia. Maria Marku is definitely doing that in Cyprus. Aiming for 100 kg here. She would begin to emerge a little bit. Higher up the rankings, not in the top 8 in terms of who's trying to qualify for the Paralympic Games. Oh, I think she's picked that up off someone. So Marku for Cyprus.
1 minute.
Aiming for 100 kilos. Well raised.
No lift.
2 and against though, no lift for Maria Marku this time. Well, she lifted 93 in winning the silver medal in Tbilisi in the recent World Cup.
For her second attempt representing Poland, Paulina Przyweka-Kusiak.
Next up, Paulina Przyweka-Kusiak for Poland. Missed 100 last time, and she certainly looked as if she thought she'd got it, but it wasn't given that way, going for 100 again. So aiming for the ton for Poland. The European silver and bronze medalists from the last two Europeans. That looked a lot more wayward. They've all given it the thumbs down, so it's a strikeout. Well, that is her first strikeout, but it's her second no lift, and she's one away from not getting any at all. Bombing out.
The bar is loaded for her first and second attempt representing Ukraine, Tatiana Shirokolava.
Next up, Tatiana Shirokolava, the Paralympic silver medalist from Rio, the Asian Games silver medalist from Jakarta, and silvers in the last two Asian Championships. (103). Just like last time. Wasn't a bad looking lift last time either, but wasn't given. How about this one? How about it? 2 out of 3 in her favour. Gets herself at the board. I think she goes fourth for that. Ahead of Nadezhda Sicheva, who we'll see soon.
The bar is loaded for her second attempt representing Kazakhstan, Raushan Koshibayeva.
Next up, Raushan Koshibayeva of Kazakhstan. 105, she missed out in the previous round, going for 105 again here. The Paralympic silver medalist. We've got 2 Rio silver medalists in this, but they were from different weight categories 5 years ago, and the same one this weekend. Fatma Omar in the same boat.
She's in the 6th place in the world ranking for Tokyo Paralympic Games, and she's trying to lift
105 again, the target.
the second attempt.
That's where Kim is currently positioned in the bronze medal position, and if Koshibayeva gets this, then she jumps above Kim in terms of the head-to-head.
1 minute.
So 105, she's not wasted any time with it at all. Technique's not right though.
Raushan, you still have 1 more lift to do.
It's a strikeout again, a second in a row of that, and that's got to be ironed out. Otherwise,
107 kilograms.
well, she too is in danger of bombing out. It's tentative. She's Gone out to 117 this season. Now, what does she go for in round 3? She'll certainly try and look to protect her position. Sybil Chan was currently in 8th in the Paralympic ranking in the 67 kg. She's 6th in the 73 kg, and she's in that later in the week. Next up for Russia, Nadezhda Sicheva, going for 107. This would put her 9th in the rankings. There's nobody from Russia currently in the top 8, so the position would be hers outright. 7th in the World Championships in Nur Sultan, bronze. The last European she competed in Eger in 2015. That looked decent. Yeah, 2-1 in her favour. She's got it. And Sicheva goes into the bronze medal position. Knocks Kim out of the top 3 for now. Lovely technique, and we're beginning to reach weights where the top 8 positions are going to be threatened in terms of the Paralympic rankings. Kim Young-hee is next. Cleared 105 in the opening round. This an attempt at 110. She's lifted 112 this season. She's ranked 7th in the Paralympic ranking. Kim, the 4 times bronze medalist at Asian level, once in the Asian Games, 3 times in the Asian Championships, and that's as many Asian Championships as we've had. So here she goes.
1 minute.
110 would definitely do good for her in terms of the medals in this prestigious Faza Dubai World Cup, but it's 2-1 against. Unfortunate for the Korean. She stays in 4th place. That would have put her back into bronze. Tanner's on 120, Omar 115. The rest are quite a bit back. Sicheva currently in the bronze medal position on 107. Kim 105 was going for 110 there. Looked to be the bar wasn't pressed upwards equally. Next up, Fatma Omar. Now this is interesting. She got 115 in the opening round. This is an attempt at 160. She's lifted 135 this season.
African champion from Algeria 2018, and she is ranked 2nd on the qualification ranking for the Paralympic Games with 125 kilograms. She's trying 116 in her 2nd attempt.
So 116 for Fatma Omar. 3 times Paralympic, 4 times Paralympic champion, 4 times world champion. Yep! A whiteout. 116, that was excellent. It's interesting that she'd only gone for 1 extra kilo. She Wasn't thinking about 120 this time, but 125.
The bar is loaded for her second
Flawless.
representing China.
She's well positioned in second place in the Paralympic ranking, and maybe she just feels right. Silver is good enough for me. The main challenge will come in Tokyo, and the main challenger overall is here. Here's the champion, Tan Yu Zhao for China. 120 in the opening round, going for 125 here. Her world record, 140.5, to claim the Asian Para Games gold. $125 for Tan, the champion, the perennial champion. Anytime, any place, anywhere. She'll use up quite a bit of time on the bench because time and strength and technique are all on her side. That is another textbook lift. Tremendous. That's the way to do it. Really, really super quality. One round to go. Tan leads 125. Omar in the silver medal position for Egypt. Tacheva in the bronze medal position for Russia. Kim in fourth, 105. Shirokalava in fifth spot for Ukraine. I think the gold and the silver medal positions are safe in that order. But now I've had a glance at what the targets are for round 3. That is not the case. Here's Pipper for Estonia. There is a 4-way battle for bronze. There's a 2-way battle for gold in this final round. You'll see, this could be really good. But Pipper for Estonia. This would be her best lift of the campaign. 58 is what she's achieved to date. Here she comes, Jelena Pipper for 60. A little waggle on the way. Up. Bar not being pressed upwards equally. I think she could probably tell. Well, she got 50, she got 55.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt representing Cyprus, Maria Marcu.
So Marco missed 100 last time out, going for 100 again. Actually, looking at, again, chest sequence, I think, for Pippa. Anyway, Marco going again for 100. And this an opportunity not to lift her any higher than the 6th place she's already in, but an extra 5 kilos put her in a very good position. Will put her very high in the pecking order.
100 kilograms.
Wouldn't be in the top 8, but could be a good alternate. Maria Marcoux from Limassol. Going for 100 again. Well, she's got the speed, she's got the lift. That's it, it was 2-1 against last time, 2-1 for this. And that's just super. She hits the ton. That is a lifetime best in competition for Marker.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt representing Poland. Paulina Przybyszewska.
And there was a lot to love about that.
Big applause to Paulina. She's trying to lift 100 kilograms. This is her last attempt.
Paulina Przybyszewska for Poland.
Paulina is the bronze medalist from Manchester 2020 World Cup. And she's trying to lift 100 kilograms here in Dubai World Cup.
2 attempts already, missed out, trying to avoid a blowout. And a bombing out. Third attempt at 100.
1 minute.
Paulina's been so successful at European level. She's never qualified for Paralympic Games before. She's giving this a really good effort. This would be her best of the qualifying series, but she's missed out on it and she does bomb out. No mark recorded, and Przybyszewska denied. She's lifted as much as 98.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt representing Ukraine.
Next few lifts are going to be very interesting because they're going to start knocking on the door of the top 8 positions in terms of Paralympic ranking. So first to go, Tatiana Shurakalava, who's already lifted 117 this season. She's in 5th. Currently lying in 5th position. This an attempt to go for the bronze. There will be quite a few attempts for the bronze. This is the first of 4.
Is trying to lift 110 kilograms. She is in the 5th place in the world ranking to Tokyo Paralympic Games.
It was a struggle to get it up. But had she kept it clean on the little trot? No, not a bit of it, I'm afraid.
Still have 2 months to prepare for Tokyo Paralympic Games.
Strikeout this time, 103
She will do better.
is where she finishes.
111 kilograms, her height 11.
And that's 5th for her. At best.
The ball is loaded for the third and last attempt, representing Russia, Nadeska Sicheva.
So now Nadeska Sicheva aiming for 111. Now she's currently in the bronze medal position. Gets this, she also goes 8th in the Paralympic rankings, out of nowhere. The Egger World Cup winner in 2019. And this to get into the top 8, to go above Sibyl Cham in the rankings for the Paralympics, and she's done it! She's done it! She's gone 8th in the race for Tokyo, and we might see her there. She's in the bronze medal position. It was a whiteout. It was a brilliant lift. And Sicheva suddenly has got a big chance of making it to the Paralympic Games. Sibyl Cham's best effort in this weight category, 110. She's still lying 6th in the 73 kilo category, which we're seeing later on in the week. That'll be on Monday. She can still make it to the Paralympic Games that way. Koshabieva aiming for 111 now, trying to avoid another whitewash against her. Another bombing out. So if she gets this, she matches Sicheva, who's in the bronze medal position, but Koshabieva goes into bronze. In terms of the body weight head-to-head, she is 160 grams lighter. That's a bar of chocolate. Koshabieva is currently 6th in the Paralympic ranking anyway, so this doesn't affect that. She doesn't affect anybody above her or below her. All the ones. This to go to the bronze medal position. Now that she didn't hang about with. Has she got this right? No, she hasn't. And she bombs out. And it's 3 strikeouts against her. That's technique based. No doubt about it. She's got the strength. She's already proved it in different events, but not here. So she, like Privetska Pujak, doesn't register a mark. Sicheva stays in the bronze medal position.
The ball is loaded for the third and last attempt, representing Republic of Korea,
Kim Hyung-hui from Korea. She's cleared 105, missed 110, but going for 112. This to go into the bronze medal position. She's currently lying in 4th place. She couldn't draw level with Sicheva, as she wouldn't win the head-to-head against the Russian, as she misses out by 270 grams in body weight. That's 2 bars of chocolate. No mark in the Paralympic Games. Actually, 3 attempts at 100 there. Didn't work out. Worked out today, and will it work out at 112? Oh, she just misses out. One more white line. She'd have been up into bronze. Instead, it's fourth for Kim.
105 kilograms. But you are still qualified to Tokyo.
And her best lift was 105.
Your best performance, Hamida.
So Cheva hit 111 for bronze.
Track height 9.
And she keeps the bronze, does the Russian. Kim finishes fourth. Shirokalava fifth. Marku sixth. Pippa seventh, by the way.
The bar is loaded for the third and last attempt for the second place and silver medalist so far.
Well, Fatma Omar was positioning herself on 125 to try and sweep away the gold medal, but now she's changed her mind and gone for 122, which means the silver is hers. The gold has been decided. A change of heart. So Omar picks up the silver here, and the big battleground for her now will be Tokyo. That would be the case anyway. Would have been a nice scalp for her to get. Well, I mean, I say scalp. Omar had only won 4 Paralympic golds in a row. Only losing out to Tan in Rio. $122. She's got the silver with those lifts at 115 and 116. Well, she's got her raised. Her coach likes it, and with good reason. She's given that to. You kind of wonder what she might have done had she gone for 125. A similar result, and she'd have gone into the gold medal position and put a good bit of pressure on Tan, who's still just over 10 kilograms off her world record set in Jakarta 2 years ago. This has been a good competition, actually. There's been lots of jostling around for the medals, but they're all locked in now, and Tan Yu Zhao will wrap up on 130. Fatma Omar held the old world record, 135. It's the African record now.
The bronze medalist and third place went to the Russian Nadezhda Shisheva. Silver medalist Fatma Omar from Egypt, and the gold medalist and the winner of Dubai 2021 World Cup is the Chinese Yu Zhao Tan. Congratulations to
And Tan has decided to skip, so the competition is over. Tan has claimed the gold, 125 kilos. Omar the silver for Egypt, 122, and Sacheva the bronze for Russia, 111. And it puts her 8th now in the Paralympic ranking. So as it stands, we'll be seeing her in Tokyo. Kim was 4th, Shirokalava 5th, Marku 6th, and Yelena Pippa 7th for Estonia. That not yet updated. Sacheva lifting 111, which would knock Sybil Cham out of 8 spots. Olenik and Hafez just outside. Sybil Cham is just outside now. She will fall to 9th because of Sacheva's 111. I was saying about Paulina Przyjewska-Pujak for Poland. 3 attempts at 198, her best for the season. So go through some highlights of this competition. Victory ceremonies are forthcoming. The men's junior up to 49 kg will be with us presently.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بوزن 49 كيلوغرام رجال ناشئين.
Medal ceremony for up to 49 kilogram men's junior.
والفائز بالمركز الأول والميدالية الذهبية اللاعب ترملان رسلان من كرغستان.
The winner of first place and gold medal goes for Tamerlan Ruslan from Kyrgyzstan.
Tamerlan Ruslan Ulu. 3 successful lifts in a row. He takes the junior gold.
نرجو لمن يستطيع الوقوف للسلام الوطني
73, 80 and 82.
Were able to take a stand for the
And that was really, really impressive. It's the Kyrgyzstan anthem.
السيدات والسادة الفائز بالميدالية.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
مبروك.
Fantastically done.
Congratulations.
Ruslan Ulu for Kyrgyzstan, the junior gold medalist.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بوزن 49 كيلوغرام رجال.
Medal ceremony for up to 49 kilogram men's senior.
الفائز بالمركز الثالث والميدالية البرونزية اللاعب ناندر تنكيل من هنغاريا.
The winner of third place and bronze.
الفائز بالمركز
Victory ceremony for men's up to 49 kg.
اللاعب ناندر تنكيل من هنغاريا.
The winner of third place
A
and
real thriller.
goes for Nander Tunkil from Hungary.
Nander Tunkel of Hungary gets the bronze. 3 successful lifts. 3 from 3, 150, 154, 157. He gets the bronze medal.
فلاديمير بانميتس من روسيا.
The winner of second place and silver medal goes to
Vladimir Balinets clearing 160 and 168. Missed out at 176 in his attempt for gold. Silver for him instead. And it's gold for Omar Karada of Jordan. 175 lifted in round 3. He missed the powerlift, the world record attempt at 184, but he gets the gold here anyway, lifting 175, which all told is impressive in its own right. Now the national anthem of Jordan. Short and sweet, good job for him. And he picks up the gold. Omar Karada. Back at the summit, back in the top step. Just what he wants for Tokyo. Twice Paralympic Games silver medalist. 2010 world champion, the reigning Asia Oceania champion.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بوزن 45 كيلوغرام نساء.
Medal ceremony for up to 45 kilogram women's senior.
So into the women's ceremonies. And this for up to 45 kg.
الفائزة بالمركز الثالث والميدالية البرونزية اللاعبة نور عاني محمد من سنغافورة.
The winner of third place and bronze medal goes to Noor Aini Mohammed from Singapore.
Naraini Mohammed from Singapore. Going for 81. What a prime achievement.
المركز الثاني والميدالية الفضية
And looking good
اللاعبة غوليم
in terms of Tokyo.
من كازاخستان.
The winner of second place and silver medal goes to Gulim Kurmanbayeva from Kazakhstan.
Gulim Kurmanbayeva of Kazakhstan with a silver. Needed 2 attempts to clear 80 and got 85 in the end. That the silver for her, but well, she's seen a world record of hers go today
The winner of first
at
place
41 kg.
Weizhu from China.
Weizhu gets the gold.
نرجو لمن يستطيع الوقوف للسلام الوطني للصين.
We would like to ask those who are able to take a step.
Now the very familiar anthem of China.
السيدات والسادة الفائزون بالميداليات.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
مبروك للفائزين.
Congratulations to the winners.
Well, one way or another, we will see her in Tokyo, and she takes gold at 45 kg. She has dominated a 41 kg.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بوزن 41 كيلوغرام نساء.
Medal ceremony for up to 41 kilogram women's senior.
الفائز بالمركز الثالث
So the women's 41 kg event,
اللاعبة نينجا ودياسي من إندونيسيا.
where we saw another gold for China
Bronze medal goes
and a new world record.
to Yassi.
Actually, 3 new world records today. Inenga Widiasi of Indonesia with the bronze here, cleared 95 and 97. Missed out on 101.
بالمركز الثاني والميدالية
Even if she got it, that would have been bronze.
غونا بن من نيجيريا.
The winner of second place in
Well, what glory.
goes to
2 African records today
from Nigeria.
for Jonah Ben. Sini Jonah Ben. 104, the new African record. And worth mentioning, Clara Fuentes in 4th,
الفائزة
going to 95 kilos, the 4th America's record we saw in the competition, after Lady Rodriguez had set 2 earlier. But we saw 3 world records. Gao Ling Ling going out to 107.
نرجو لمن يستطيع الوقوف للسلام الوطني للصين.
And now, a piece of music you will undoubtedly recognize.
السيدات والسادة الفائزون.
So she now holds world records in 41 kg and 45 kg. As Gao Ling Ling takes the 41 kg gold. And I mean, just like we've seen earlier today, Chui Zhu and Gao Ling Ling, world record holders in 2 categories, have swapped categories today to win gold in the others category.
Congratulations to the winners.
We should still be seeing Chui Zhu in the 41 kg in Tokyo.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بوزن 67 كيلوغرام نساء.
And Gao Ling Ling in the 45.
67
Both on the Tokyo pathway.
senior.
And we've had a lot of fun in the past few minutes watching the 67 kg final. No records in this, but still some really good competition.
الفائزة بالمركز الثالث والميدالية البرونزية اللاعبة ناديشتا
China winning this as well.
روسيا.
Bronze for Russia and Nadezhda Sicheva
Goes to
going to 111.
الفائزة بالمركز الثاني والميدالية الفضية اللاعبة
Silver for Fatma
Fatma Omar from Egypt.
Omar. So many. And clearing 122.
الفائزة بالمركز الأول والميدالية الذهبية اللاعبة تانيو جو من الصين.
The winner
Tan Yuzhou takes the gold for China.
goes to Tan Yu
The
Zhou
reigning
from China.
Asian Games, Asia Oceania, World Paralympic Champion.
نرجو لمن يستطيع الوقوف للسلام الوطني للصين.
She's won the last 4 global golds.
National anthem of China.
It's the Chinese anthem again. Will we hear it again in Tokyo? Probably.
السيدات والسادة الفائزون
We will hear that at least once
Gentlemen, the medalists.
in Tokyo in the powerlifting. More than likely, but who for and how many times? We've seen 3 women's golds for China today.
الفائزين.
Congratulations to the winners.
There will be a nation to beat,
نلقاكم غدا في
potentially the nation to beat.
11 لرافعات
3 great athletes. We will all look forward to watching them
Tomorrow to the national
later in the summer. And hey, see you tomorrow. We get underway at 10:30 Dubai time.
Paralympic.
That's 6:30 GMT, 8:30 Central European time. The men's up to 59 kg final.